Whisky.com news on the 10th of March 2020. And we have a number of interesting news. First of all, the weekly new distillery. This time the new distillery got their permit for building, and they're building on the most northern point of Great Britain. Great Britain is a landmass. It's the biggest of the British Isles. It's also called the British mainland. And at the very, very, very tip, just before the Orkney Islands, is a small town called John O'Groats, and there will be a whiskey distillery in this town, and it will be a micro distillery with a visitor center, and they want to produce about 60,000 liters of whiskey per year. They will start building summer 2020, so hopefully in a couple of years we will find the first whiskey from them. Then we have news from Chivas. The Chivas, there is a 13-year-old extra, and this whiskey will get 4 variants. Unfortunately, it will only get into the travel retail, so there's no point of having a look online. Sometimes some bottles might find their way into some shops on the internet, but they're very, very rare. Then we have good news from Glendronach. Glendronach presents their new visitor center. They opened their new visitor center on the 3rd of March, and they now have a bar, a lounge, a tasting room, and a little bit exhibition area. So it sounds kind of nice, and they will be open every day in the week, at least in summer. Usually they close a bit more during the winter time. Yeah, then we have the Dewars, who is in the news, and they have the Dewars Ilegal Smooth now. It's a new bottling, but the Ilegal doesn't stand for illegal as in forbidden, but it's a cask finish in illegal mezcal casks. And from what I've heard, that these is a special type of mezcal, and this is where the Dewars has been finished for 1 month, bit of a short period of time. It's 40% ABV, and now it is legal to call it Scotch because they changed the law in 2019. And if you follow this channel, then you already know which news I was talking about. Yeah, it will be launched only in the United States in somewhere around April. Then we have good news from Ireland. There is a new bottling from Redbreast on the market. It's a 27-year-old, and it was matured in ruby red port wine casks. And yeah, the negative thing about that is it will be really, really, really expensive because it's more than $500. On the plus side, it's a cask strength. Then we go over to the international whiskies. We've already known that Mackmyra is a distillery that is known for very interesting bottlings like the Untitled, which is kind of a spiced wine cask finish. And then we have the Blomsterdeer, which is a cherry cask, not a sherry, a cherry cask finish. And now we have the Grönt Te, which is a new kind of cask finish. They have matured casks, a mixture of matured casks, sherry, ex-bourbon, and then they finished it for 19 months in also Oloroso sherry cask, and also casks that had been saturated with a mixture of Japanese tea, and that gives the whiskey a very, very unique flavor. Very, very interesting. Hopefully we will have the whiskey on the cask here in a few days to try and show you how Japanese tea can influence our good international whiskey. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, then please feel free to give me a thumbs up, and see you next time.